Hello, first grade friends. Today we are going to be starting our Starry Night drawings inspired by the artist Vincent van Gogh and his beautiful painting, Starry Night. So to get started, you are going to have a colored piece of paper and we're going to be drawing out kind of the outline of the different parts of Starry Night. So we're going to start with the big cypress tree right here. And we're going to just kind of draw the shape of that cypress tree. So it's kind of like a wavy line that comes up, comes back down. It's got a little bit more waves coming off of it. Just something like that. Okay. Now when you're drawing, I want you to make sure that you draw lightly. So that way if you make a mistake, you can erase it. So don't push really hard on your pencil. All right, next I'm gonna go ahead and draw the horizon line, which is this line right here where the sky meets the land, and it's kind of a wavy line. So it kind of goes like this by the cypress tree and then comes back out. Something like that, okay? All right, next I'm going to draw this line right here that's also it's the next mountain that's in there. Now I'm gonna draw my moon. So my moon's up here in the corner. It's going to be kind of like a crescent shape, a half circle. Make it nice and big. And you're going to want to lightly, very lightly draw a circle around it, because that's where your little short lines or brush strokes radiating around it are going to be. Then I'm going to kind of draw where the swirls or the wind are in the Starry Night, just the shape of it though. So kind of comes down, swirls kind of around, and then comes out and swirls again right here. And then I have some stars up here, so I'm going to draw circles for where they are. Maybe one down here too. Kind of put some circles around them to know where my lines are going to go. Okay, now that you have the sky drawn in, we're going to focus down here on the land part. You know, it's kind of hard to see because of the glare. There we go. I'm going to do kind of like the bushes or trees that are right here, and they're just kind of circles. So I'm just going to kind of draw some circles right there. Okay. And I'm going to go over here, and I noticed that there's more of those circle like bushes kind of through this area. So I'm going to do some more of those. All right, now I'm going to draw some of the houses and buildings that are down here in this part. So just kind of like the roof, and then it comes down and goes over. Like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so once we've gotten the main shapes drawn in and everything sort of planned out, our next step is going to be to start adding some of those lines that we learned about last week into our drawings. So remember, Vincent used these brush strokes or these lines, and they kind of show movement through the starry night. So we're gonna do the same. So you're gonna have this handout and you're gonna use it to pick out what kind of lines you wanna put where. You guys are gonna have two different materials you're gonna use for this. So you're gonna have paint sticks, which you can do for the thicker lines because they're thicker. And then you're gonna have oil pastels, which you can do for the skinnier lines because they're skinnier, okay? I'm gonna start with my thicker lines first, so the ones that I want to do with paint sticks. You're gonna be using the same family of colors that your paper is. So if you picked out a cool colored paper, such as green, blue, or violet, you're gonna use cool colored supplies to add your lines. If you picked out a warm colored piece of paper, such as pink, orange, or yellow, you're going to be using warm colored supplies to add your lines. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with my cypress tree again, and I'm gonna use darker colors for this. So I'm gonna start with purple, and I'm just gonna kind of outline my cypress tree with the purple. Following those lines I already drew with pencil. Okay, now I'm going to go in and I'm gonna try to recreate lines kind of like this for the cypress tree. So kind of curvy, wavy sort of lines. All right, I'm gonna go in with a darker blue color now and kind of do the same thing I just did. Same type of lines. Maybe trying to fill in some of that spot where the purple isn't. Now I'm gonna go to my sky, and I'm gonna use some greens for this. I think for my moon, I'm gonna do the lighter green color. And I'm gonna go ahead and outline my moon. Add some of those little lines. This time I'm gonna do some shorter ones, maybe more something like these type of lines for the moon. And I'm actually gonna use this same green to kind of go around the moon too, in that circle shape that you guys drew. Now I'm gonna go into my moon with my light green pastel, kind of go around, make those same sorts of marks. And then I'm gonna go in with one more green color. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get my stars done, and I'm gonna do those with kind of the same light green that I did for my moon, because if you notice in Starry Night, his moon is yellow and then his stars are also yellow. So I'm actually just gonna make the dot with the light green over where I drew the circle for the stars. And then I'm gonna use the light green pastel and go around Again, I'm gonna go in with my other green. All right. Now I'm gonna work on my swirl. Now it's important that you kind of use a different group of colors for different things so they stand out. If you use all the same, it's gonna kind of blend in. So I'm gonna use my blues for this part. And I'm gonna go in with my light blue first to kind of just create the initial swirl line. Okay, and then I'm gonna kind of do some longer, kind of medium actually, I think. Kind of maybe like these two lines. So throughout, following that first swirl line. So you want to make sure that you follow that. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with my light blue pastel. Just really light. It almost blends in with the paper. Add some more of those lines in. Okay. And I think I'm going to use this greenish teal color too, green blue. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Add some more of those in. Now I'm going to use my darker blue colors to kind of fill in the rest of the sky. So start with this. And if you notice in Starry Night, the sky it's kind of got shorter little lines up here. So I'm going to do shorter little lines kind of throughout. These can travel in different directions, kind of follow along with what's going on in the sky. Okay, and I'll continue that through my background. And then I'm also going to use this darker blue and layer that in too. You're going to continue to do that throughout the rest of the sky. For the rest of it, as you continue on, you're going to choose a different group of colors, like either blues or greens or purples, and you will do the same sort of thing. Choose which line you feel like represents best that part of Vincent van Gogh's painting, and then you'll try to recreate those in that section with those colors. I'm so excited to see what you guys create.